Good morning. All are requested to occupy their seats as we begin the program. Lions Club of PALGHAT, chartered in the year 1960, is the second oldest club in the state. Lions Club of PALGHAT, ever since its inception, has been doing human service to the most needy and underprivileged people of the society. The major service projects of the club include Sight First program, wherein the free cataract surgery are done every month in association with Arvind Eye Hospital. Free dialysis treatment for the needy on monthly basis by providing financial support. Free medical checkup camps, minor service projects such as providing free medicines, wheelchairs, rice distribution, providing free foods as part of hunger relief program, providing bunk shops for physically challenged people under self-employment schemes, etc. to the deserving people. Lions Club of PALGHAT has supported the needy people by constructing houses under the Home for Homeless project in association with Lions District 318D. One of the permanent service project of Lions Club of PALGHAT is the PALGHAT Lions School. All the dignitaries are requested to occupy their seats on the dais. Lion Major Keshwadasan will escort Dr. A.P. Jayaraman and Lion Khadija Rahmatullah will be escorting Professor A. Sheshadri Shekhar. May I now invite Lion T. Madhu MJF to give the welcome address.
ഗുഡ് മോർണിംഗ്, നമസ്കാരം. ബഹുമാനപ്പെട്ട ഇന്നത്തെ യോഗത്തിൻ്റെ അധ്യക്ഷ, പാലക്കാട് ലയൺസ് ക്ലബിൻ്റെ പ്രസിഡൻറ്റ് ലയൺ ഖദീജ റഹ്മത്തുള്ള, ഇന്നത്തെ ഈ പ്രോഗ്രാമിൻ്റെ ഉദ്ഘാടകൻ, പാലക്കാടിൻ്റെ അഹങ്കാരം എന്ന് വേണമെങ്കിൽ പറയാവുന്ന IIT പാലക്കാടിൻ്റെ ഡയറക്ടർ പ്രൊഫസർ ഡോക്ടർ ശേഷാദ്രി ശേഖർ സർ, ഈ പ്രോഗ്രാം ഇന്നിവിടെ നടത്തുവാൻ സാധ്യമാക്കിയത് അതിൻ്റെ ടെക്നിക്കൽ അഡ്വൈസുകളും എക്സിബിഷൻ എങ്ങനെ നടത്തണം എന്ന് പല പ്രാവശ്യമായിട്ട് ഞങ്ങളുടെ ഓർഗനൈസേഴ്സിനെ ഉത്ബോധിപ്പിച്ച ഡോക്ടർ ജയറാം സർ, പാലക്കാട് ലയൺസ് ക്ലബിൻ്റെ സെക്രട്ടറി ലയൺ മേജർ കേശവദാസൻ, ട്രഷറർ ലയൺ CA അനുജ ജയകൃഷ്ണൻ, പ്രോഗ്രാം ജനറൽ കൺവീനർ ലയൺ CA വിമൽ വേണു, ഇന്നത്തെ ഈ എക്സിബിഷനിൽ പങ്കെടുക്കുന്ന രാജ്യത്തിൻ്റെ വിവിധ ഭാഗങ്ങളിൽ നിന്നും ഇവിടെ എത്തിച്ചേർന്ന വിവിധ കോളേജ് സ്ഥാപനങ്ങളുടെ റെപ്രസെൻറ്റേറ്റീവ്സ്, പാലക്കാട് ലയൺസ് ക്ലബ് മെമ്പേഴ്സ്, ലയണസ് മെമ്പേഴ്സ്, ഫാമിലി മെമ്പേഴ്സ്, പ്രസ് മീഡിയ സുഹൃത്തുക്കളെ, മറ്റ് ക്ഷണിക്കപ്പെട്ട അതിഥികളെ, ഇവിടെ എത്തിച്ചേർന്ന മഹത് വ്യക്തികളെ, കേരളത്തിലെ രണ്ടാമത്തെ ക്ലബ്ബാണ് ലയൺസ് പ്രസ്ഥാനത്തിൽ. കോഴിക്കോട് ലയൺസ് ക്ലബ്ബ് ഉത്ഭവിച്ച ശേഷം ഏതാനും മാസങ്ങൾക്ക് ശേഷം 1960 സ്ഥാപിതമായ നമ്മുടെ ഈ പാലക്കാട് ലയൺസ് ക്ലബ്ബ് ആദ്യമായാണ് ഈ രീതിയിൽ ഒരു പ്രോഗ്രാം, കരിയർ ഗൈഡൻസ് എക്സിബിഷൻ നടത്തുവാൻ പോകുന്നത്. ഞങ്ങളുടെ പ്രവർത്തന മേഖല എന്താണ്, എന്തൊക്കെയാണ് പാലക്കാടും പരിസരത്തുമുള്ള പ്രദേശങ്ങളിൽ ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്നതെന്ന് ആമുഖ പ്രഭാഷണത്തിൽ പറയുകയുണ്ടായി. വിദ്യാഭ്യാസ രംഗത്ത് 1961 മുതൽ വളരെ പ്രശസ്തമായ രീതിയിൽ പ്രവർത്തനം നടത്തിക്കൊണ്ടുവരുന്ന പാലക്കാട് ലയൺസ് സ്കൂളിൽ അതിൻ്റെ ഒരു ഇൻട്രഡക്ഷൻ, എന്താണ് പാലക്കാട് ലയൺസ് സ്കൂളിലെന്ന് ആരെയും പറഞ്ഞ് ബോധ്യപ്പെടുത്തേണ്ട ആവശ്യകത ഉണ്ടാവില്ല എന്ന് പ്രതീക്ഷിക്കുന്നു. അങ്ങനെ 1961 മുതൽ പ്രവർത്തനം ആരംഭിച്ച ലയൺസ് സ്കൂള് ഈ പാലക്കാടും പരിസര പ്രദേശത്തുമുള്ള നിരവധി വിദ്യാർത്ഥികൾക്കും വിദ്യാർത്ഥിനികൾക്കും ഏറ്റവും കുറഞ്ഞ രീതിയിൽ ഏറ്റവും നല്ല വിദ്യാഭ്യാസം പ്രദാനം ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ട് പ്രവർത്തിച്ചുകൊണ്ടിരുന്ന ഈ പ്രസ്ഥാനം ഇപ്പോഴാണ് ഏകദേശം 60-62 വർഷങ്ങൾക്ക് ശേഷമാണ് ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് ഇങ്ങനെ ഒരു എക്സിബിഷൻ, മറ്റ് 12th സ്റ്റാൻഡേർഡ് കഴിഞ്ഞതിന് ശേഷം വിദ്യാഭ്യാസം എങ്ങനെ പോകണം, ഏത് രീതിയിൽ നടത്തണം, ലോകത്തിൻ്റെ നാനാ ഭാഗങ്ങളിലുമുള്ള കോളേജുകളിൽ എങ്ങനെയാണ് അഡ്മിഷൻ നേടുക, ഏറ്റവും കുറഞ്ഞ രീതിയിൽ ഏറ്റവും നല്ല വിദ്യാഭ്യാസം, അവരുടെ ജീവിതത്തിൽ ഏറ്റവും നല്ല കരിയർ എങ്ങനെയാണ് സംഘടിപ്പിച്ച് കൊടുക്കുവാൻ സാധിക്കുക എന്നുള്ളത് ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് കുറച്ച് വൈകിയാണ് മനസ്സിലായത്. എങ്കിലും ഇപ്പോൾ അത് നടത്തുവാൻ സാധിക്കാൻ കഴിഞ്ഞു എന്നതിൽ ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് കൃതാർത്ഥതയുണ്ട്. ഈ പ്രോഗ്രാമിൽ പങ്കെടുക്കുകയും ഇത് ആസ്വദിക്കുകയും പ്രവർത്തനങ്ങൾ മനസ്സിലാക്കുകയും ചെയ്യുന്ന കുട്ടികൾക്കാണ്, അവരാണ് ഇതിലേറ്റവും വലിയ ബെനിഫിഷ്യറീസ്. അവരതിൻ്റെ പരമാവധി കാര്യങ്ങൾ മനസ്സിലാക്കിക്കൊണ്ട് എന്താണ് ചെയ്യുക, എന്താണ് ചെയ്യാൻ പോകുന്നത്, എന്താണ് ചെയ്യേണ്ടതെന്ന് മനസ്സിലാക്കി പ്രവർത്തിക്കുമെന്ന് ഞങ്ങൾ ആത്മാർത്ഥമായി കരുതുകയാണ്. ഈ യോഗത്തിൽ, ഈ പ്രോഗ്രാമിൽ രാജ്യത്തിൻ്റെ പല ഭാഗങ്ങളിൽ പല വർഷങ്ങളായിട്ട് വളരെ നല്ല രീതിയിൽ, വിജയപ്രദമായ രീതിയിൽ പല എക്സിബിഷനുകളും പല ക്ലാസ്സുകളും സംഘടിപ്പിച്ചുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്ന മഹത് വ്യക്തികളെയാണ് നമുക്ക് ഇന്ന് ഇവിടെ കിട്ടിയിട്ടുള്ളത്. അവരുടെ എല്ലാ കാര്യങ്ങളും, എല്ലാ അറിവുകളും നിങ്ങൾക്ക് വേണ്ടി ഇന്നിവിടെ പകർന്നു തരുവാൻ അവരോട് എത്തിച്ചേർന്നിട്ടുണ്ട്. അപ്പോൾ അവരെ എല്ലാവരെയും നിങ്ങളുടെ പേരിൽ സ്വാഗതം ചെയ്യുക എന്നാണ് എന്നിൽ അർപ്പിതമായിട്ടുള്ള ചുമതല. ഞാൻ എൻ്റെ കർത്തവ്യത്തിലേക്ക് നീങ്ങുകയാണ്. ഈ യോഗത്തിൽ അധ്യക്ഷത വഹിക്കുന്നത് പാലക്കാട് ലയൺസ് ക്ലബിൻ്റെ പ്രസിഡൻറ്റ് ലയൺ ഖദീജ റഹ്മത്തുള്ളയാണ്. അവരെ സസന്തോഷം ഈ യോഗത്തിലേക്ക് സ്വാഗതം ചെയ്യുകയാണ്. ഈ എക്സിബിഷൻ, 2 ദിവസം നീണ്ടു നിൽക്കുന്ന എക്സിബിഷൻ ഔപചാരികമായി ഉദ്ഘാടനം ചെയ്യുവാൻ ഇവിടെ എത്തിച്ചേർന്ന IIT പാലക്കാടിൻ്റെ ഡയറക്ടർ പ്രൊഫസർ ഡോക്ടർ ശേഷാദ്രി ശേഖർ സാറിനെ, അദ്ദേഹത്തിന് വളരെയധികം തിരക്കുകളുണ്ടായിരുന്നിട്ട് പോലും നമ്മുടെ ക്ഷണം സ്വീകരിക്കുകയും നിങ്ങൾക്ക് വേണ്ടി കുറച്ച് സമയം അദ്ദേഹത്തിൻ്റെ എക്സ്പീരിയൻസ് ഷെയർ ചെയ്യുവാനും സമ്മതിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട്. സർ, ഇവിടെ എത്തിച്ചേർന്നിട്ടുള്ള എല്ലാവരുടെ പേരിലും താങ്കളെ ബഹുമാനപൂർവ്വം ഈ യോഗത്തിലേക്ക് സ്വാഗതം ചെയ്യുകയാണ്. ഡോക്ടർ AP ജയറാം സാർ, ഞാൻ നേരത്തെ പറയുകയുണ്ടായി, കാരണഭൂതനായ ഡോക്ടർ ജയറാം സാറാണ് ഈ പ്രോഗ്രാം നടത്തുവാനായിട്ട് ഞങ്ങളിലൊരു താല്പര്യമുണ്ടാക്കി തന്നത്. ജയറാം സാറുമായിട്ട് നടത്തിയിട്ടുള്ള ആശയവിനിമയം, അദ്ദേഹത്തിൻ്റെ ടെക്നിക്കൽ അഡ്വൈസാണ് ഇന്ന് ഈ പ്രോഗ്രാം ഇവിടെ നടത്തുവാനായിട്ട് ഞങ്ങളെ വളരെയധികം സഹായിച്ചിട്ടുള്ളത്. സർ, താങ്കളെ ഈ യോഗത്തിലേക്ക് ആത്മാർത്ഥമായി ഹൃദയത്തിൻ്റെ ഭാഷയിൽ സന്തോഷപൂർവ്വം സ്വാഗതം ചെയ്യുന്നു. ക്ലബ്ബ് സെക്രട്ടറി, പാലക്കാട് ലയൺസ് ക്ലബ്ബ് സെക്രട്ടറി ലയൺ മേജർ കേശവദാസൻ, ഇതിൻ്റെ അഡ്മിനിസ്ട്രേറ്റീവ് വർക്കുകൾ മുഴുവനും അദ്ദേഹമാണ് ചെയ്തിരുന്നത്. അദ്ദേഹത്തെ ഈ യോഗത്തിലേക്ക് സസന്തോഷം സ്വാഗതം ചെയ്യുകയാണ്. ഇതിൻ്റെ സാമ്പത്തിക കാര്യങ്ങൾ കൈകാര്യം ചെയ്യുന്ന ക്ലബ് ട്രഷറർ ലയൺ CA അനൂജ ജയകൃഷ്ണയെ നിങ്ങളുടെ ഏവരുടെയും പേരിൽ യോഗത്തിലേക്ക് സസന്തോഷം സ്വാഗതം ചെയ്യുകയാണ്. എല്ലാത്തിലും ഉപരിയായി പ്രോഗ്രാം ജനറൽ കൺവീനർ എന്ന് വേണമെങ്കിൽ പറയാം, പ്രോഗ്രാം കോർഡിനേറ്റർ എന്ന് വേണമെങ്കിൽ പറയാം, ലയൺ CA വിമൽ വേണു. ഇദ്ദേഹത്തിൻ്റെ ആശയമാണ് നമ്മൾ ഈ വർഷം എന്ത് നടത്തണം, ഒരു വ്യത്യസ്തമായ രീതിയിൽ ഒരു പ്രോഗ്രാം നമുക്ക് ഈ വർഷം അത് തുടങ്ങണം, ഈ വർഷം നടത്തണം എന്ന് പല ആശയങ്ങൾ പല മെമ്പർമാരും ഉന്നയിച്ചപ്പോൾ അദ്ദേഹത്തിൻ്റെ മനസ്സിൽ നിന്നും ഉദിച്ച ആശയമാണ് നമുക്കൊരു കരിയർ ഗൈഡൻസ്, ഒരു എക്സിബിഷൻ, 2 ദിവസം നീണ്ടു നിൽക്കുന്ന എക്സിബിഷൻ നടത്തിയാലോ എന്ന് അദ്ദേഹത്തിൻ്റെ ആശയത്തിൽ നിന്ന്, അദ്ദേഹത്തിൻ്റെ മനസ്സിൽ നിന്നും ഉദിച്ച ആശയമാണ്. അത് ക്ലബ്ബ് മെമ്പർമാരുമായിട്ട് പങ്കിടുകയും വളരെ ചുരുങ്ങിയ ഒരു 3 ആഴ്ച, ഒരു 20-21 ഡേയ്സ്, 21 ദിവസത്തിനുള്ളിൽ എടുത്ത ഒരു തീരുമാനം അത് ഇംപ്ലിമെൻ്റ് ചെയ്തിട്ട് അതാണ് ഇന്ന് ഇവിടെ പ്രാവർത്തികമാക്കിയിരുന്നത്. അദ്ദേഹത്തിൻ്റെ വീട് തൃശ്ശൂരാണെന്ന്, തൃശ്ശൂർ പൂരം അവിടെ വളരെ ഗംഭീരമായി നടക്കുകയാണ്. അദ്ദേഹം അതൊക്കെ വിട്ടുകൊണ്ടാണ് അദ്ദേഹം ഇവിടെ നമ്മളോടൊപ്പം ഈ പ്രോഗ്രാം വളരെ നല്ല രീതിയിൽ നടത്തുവാനായിട്ട് അദ്ദേഹം ഇവിടെ ഇന്നലെയും ഇന്നുമായിട്ട് ഫുൾ ടൈം ഇവിടെ തന്നെ ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു. അദ്ദേഹത്തെ നിങ്ങളുടെ എല്ലാവരുടെയും പേരിൽ ഞാൻ ഈ വേദിയിലേക്ക് സസന്തോഷം സ്വാഗതം ചെയ്യുകയാണ്. നമ്മുടെ എക്സിബിഷൻ്റെ പ്ലാറ്റിനം പാർട്ട്ണർ KBS അക്കാഡമി, ഡയമണ്ട് പാർട്ട്നേഴ്സ് ക്രോസ് ഓവർ എഡ്യൂക്കേഷണൽ സർവീസസ്, ഗോൾഡ് പാർട്ട്ണർ KTN കോളേജ് ഓഫ് ഫാർമസി. ഇതുകൂടാതെ ഇവിടെ ഈ എക്സിബിഷൻ വളരെ നല്ല രീതിയിൽ നടത്തുവാൻ സാധിച്ച മറ്റ് കോളേജുകളുടെ റെപ്രസെൻറ്റേറ്റീവ്സ്, എക്സിബിഷൻ്റെ ഫിസിക്കൽ അറേഞ്ച്മെൻറ്റ്സ് നടത്തിയിരിക്കുന്ന പ്രവർത്തകർ, ക്ലബ്ബ് മെമ്പർമാർ, അവരുടെ കുടുംബാംഗങ്ങൾ, നമ്മുടെ ലയൺസ് ക്ലബ്ബിലെ പ്രവർത്തകർ എല്ലാവരെയും, പ്രസ് മീഡിയ മെമ്പേഴ്സ് എല്ലാവരെയും ബഹുമാന പുരസ്കരം ഈ യോഗത്തിലേക്ക് സസന്തോഷം സ്വാഗതം ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ട് നിർത്തുന്നു. നന്ദി, നമസ്കാരം, ജയലാണിസം.
Thank you, Line T. Madhu MJF, the Program Chairman, Lions Edu Expo. We welcome you also, sir, to this program. Thank you. I now request Lion Khadija Rahmatullah, President, Lions Club of PALGHAT, for the presidential address.
Chief guest of today's event, Sheshadri Shekhar, Director of IIT PALGHAT, Guest of Honor, Sri A.P. Jairam Sir, General Convener, Lion Bimal Venu, Program Chairman, Lion T. Madhu, Club Treasurer, Lion Anuja Jayakrishnan, Club Treasurer Secretary, Lion Keshavadas, Lions, students, parents, and other invited guests. A warm good morning to you all. Lions Club International is a service organization started in 1917 by Melvin Jones, an insurance salesman from Chicago. Our motto is to serve, and we have been serving people around the world for more than a century. Lions Club of PALGHAT was started in 1960 by a group of well-meaning people who wanted to contribute to the society in all ways possible. Apart from our permanent project, PALGHAT Lions School, we have been doing various service projects like eye camps, cataract surgeries, free dialysis for kidney patients, building homes for homeless and needy people, contributions for hunger relief, financial support for heart surgeries and kidney transplants, donating white canes and lottery stands to blind people, donating medicines, wheelchairs, sewing machines as modes of livelihood, and financial aid for education. This year also, we implemented the Lions Quest program in our school, which is a unique method of training teachers. A new kindergarten school is in the pipeline, for which the building construction has begun this year. This school was started in 1952 and later taken over by Lions Club of PALGHAT and has been running as the Lions Nursery and Preparatory School since 1961. It became PALGHAT Lions School in 1998 and got affiliated to CBSE. Our club has been associated with education since then. For more than 60 years, we have nurtured the young generation of PALGHAT and made them ready for the world. This expo is meant to open the avenues for future careers to our children. There was a time when the options available after senior secondary was limited to medicine, engineering, humanities, arts, commerce, and law. But times have changed. Now, according to the National Education Policy, there will be no discernible divide between the arts, science, academic, vocational, curricular, and extracurricular disciplines. Disciplines are merging into each other, and it becomes important that students are aware of this. This opportunity to meet and interact with our stalwart speakers is invaluable. You have the chance to listen to them and clarify any doubt that would arise. We are thankful to all the speakers who have agreed to be here today and tomorrow to deliver the classes. And we are really grateful to Director of IIT, Professor Sheshadri Shekhar, for accepting our invitation to inaugurate this Edu Expo. The expo will be there for 2 days, and these 2 days are a treasure trove of information and guidance. We hope all of you will utilize this opportunity for the maximum, and we hope we will be able to be of help in shaping your career. Thank you and have a nice day.
Thank you, ma'am. Before we move on to the inaugural address, I now invite Dr. A.P. Jayaraman for a special address. Dr. A.P. Jayaraman hails from PALGHAT, an ex-Victorian, had a distinguished career with Department of Atomic Energy for 40 years as a nuclear scientist. After retirement, he is actively engaged in interacting with students and teachers across the country on next generation science. He is currently the chairman of STEAM Academy. Sir, please.
Good morning, respected Madam President, distinguished Director IIT, and movers and shakers of the lion movement of this country. Why should an 80-year-old fossilized scientist come and stand before you? He has completed 80 revolutions around the sun. That's all the reason I am over here. But when I stand over here, I knew the importance of science and technology. We lit a lamp. When we lit a lamp, we used coconut oil, stearic acid. We put cotton C6H10O5 into that. That cotton absorbed stearic acid, and we put fire on that. To facilitate that fire, we added camphor, and now you are finding the turbulence over there. That is the chemical engineering which we have started the reaction with. Now, I am not going to share much of this thing. I have 5 minutes, 500 words. I should conclude my presentation. So I would like to share with you a huge trajectory of what I did. I will look at my grandfather, generation 0. He was a lawyer. He told me, don't study law. So I did not study law. My father was an engineer. He told me, don't study engineering, you study chemistry. So I went into chemistry. Then there was Dr. Homi Baba. He said, those chemists can get converted into chemical engineering. Come to the training school and get graduated over here. I did that in 1964, and I changed my life. So from a lawyer to an engineer to a chemist, then I started learning really. I taught my daughter electrical engineering, and she did pretty well from VJTI. My grandson, I asked him to do engineering at Imperial College London. He did it fairly well. And he said goodbye to engineering and went to financial engineering, that is PricewaterhouseCoopers. I passed 12th standard with my first grandson. I again passed 12th standard with my second grandson. I have to write through him the International Baccalaureate examination, which is very, very different from what I have studied in my CBSE, ICSE systems and all that. So I passed IB twice in the last 5 years. And currently, 2 years ago, I passed IB once more. I put my second grandson at Brown University for chemical engineering. That has been my interaction with education. I still believe in education, the value of education, the price of education, the cost of education, and the worth of education. Education is the only solution and salvation in this sustainable world. Let us put all our energies concentrated into education, and education will stand us in good stead all through our life. All the best to all of you.
Thank you, sir, for your words of wisdom. Lion Chartered Accountant Vimal Venu, PMJF, will now formally introduce today's chief guest, Professor A. Sheshadri Shekhar, Director, IIT PALGHAT.
President of Lions Club of PALGHAT, Lion PM Khadija Rahmatullah, other dignitaries on the dais, Lion members, invited guests and students, good morning to all. It's a proud moment for all of us to have a dignitary like our IIT Director, Professor A. Sheshadri Shekhar amongst us to inaugurate today's session and share his experience. Let me introduce this great men to all of you. Professor A. Sheshadri Shekhar did his B from Andhra University in 1983, ME from IISc Bangalore in 1986, and PhD from IIT Madras in 1993. He then joined IIT Kharagpur in 1993 and became professor in 2003. After serving at IIT Kharagpur for 13 years, he was transferred to IIT Madras and was a professor in charge of Central Workshop during the period 2018-20. He has also served as the organizing vice chairman GATE 2000 at IIT Kharagpur during 1999-2000. Thereafter, he became the head of Mechanical Engineering Department of IIT Madras during the year 2020-22. He has been awarded the Career Award for Young Teacher by the All India Council of Technical Education, AICTE, in 1998. He did his research at TU Darmstadt, Germany as an Alexander von Humboldt Research Fellow in 2002. He has published 206 technical papers, including 103 international journals, and has guided 11 PhD students. He is the co-author of the book Dynamic Analysis of Rotating Systems and Applications, published by Multi Science Publishing Limited, UK. Currently, he is also an associate editor of the journal Engineering and Technologies of Springer Nature. He has also served as an editorial member of the Journal of Advances in Mechanical Engineering by Sage Publishers. He has made significant contributions to the field such as rotodynamics, condition monitoring, and vibrations. He had also worked as an engineer for about 4 years in NTPC and BEML before settling into the teaching profession. He is currently a member of the Vibration and Mechanical Shock Sectional Committee, Bureau of Indian Standards since 2016. Professor Shekhar has uninterruptedly featured in all 4 versions so far of the top 2% scientists list released by Stanford University. Currently, Professor A. Sheshaji Shekhar has been posted as the director of IIT PALGHAT. With these few words, we welcome Professor A. Sheshaji Shekhar sir for his session. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Lion Vimal Venu. With much reverence, I now invite Professor A. Sheshadri Shekhar, Director, IIT Palakkad, for the inaugural address.
Oh, it won't come, I think. It won't work, yeah. It's okay. Yes. Good morning to all. Before they settle down with the chairs, once again, good morning to all, and I'm really happy. No, it's fine. No, this LED it won't work. That won't work, I realize that. So, it's a really a good privilege for me to come here. In fact, when your organizers came to me that you should come as a chief guest, I said I'm not a good speaker. I can go to the blackboard and give equations and solve something. So I'm a teacher, that's all. I'm not an orator. So, but then they said it is for the school children, something you should give. Then immediately, yes, then I will come. Because I always like to interact with the children. This started right from my childhood. I'm really fortunate to have a wonderful father. He was a high school headmaster. So he used to teach free of education, free, no fees, nothing. Simply our village people used to come and say, please allow our children to come and sit in your house, whatever space they say. So we are actually 6 family, 4 brothers and 2 sisters. And some relatives or other will be there always in our house, because my father being a teacher. So it is always a packed house, but still my father used to say, fine, no problem. Don't expect me to teach. I'll teach whenever I get time. No tuition, nothing. So That really, till I remember each day from my childhood, that's a highly motivated person. I'm fortunate to have him. So I started liking teachings. Also, whenever we go out with my father, many used to tell, sir, I was your student long ago, and start telling and then wishing him, and sort of what you call respect he gets. I was really thrilled. I should become a teacher at any cost. Maybe I'm very fortunate to continue the same fashion, and so I'm really lucky to have him. And my mother in particular is very, very adaptable and adjustable. Perfect time management. And my father used to say how she managed with a salary of 1,000, even less than 1,000 rupees, with so many children around, and she used to manage so well. Perfect managing the resources, time, absolutely I learned from my mother. And total determination to do any work, I think I borrowed from her. Absolutely, I am blessed with such a brilliant, wonderful, lucky to have such parents. So you will not have always that chance. So that is why we need to have a counseling like this. There is a need, because it's not possible to get always such a mentors or somebody who can guide through. So this is a terrific move, I should say. Unfortunately, very few are utilizing, even though you said it's a free registration, and sorry to say very few participants here. Anyway, but initiative is terrific initiative of giving them a career path, and this will certainly help them to navigate their future lives, definitely. So this background, I will start with a few things about myself, as I started already telling what is the motivation, how a plan, I want to become a teacher has been my goal all through. So I will give my example. Don't think that I'm giving my personal thing. It's only to give it as a case study. So I started as an engineer in Bharat Earth Movers Limited, and before that NTPC, National Thermal Power Corporation. So I started my career, I like to teach, as I said. My father used to tell, I hope I have another 45 minutes or so. Yeah, okay. So we started delay half an hour, so I hope I will make up that. So my father used to say, because many are there, he used to say, teach your juniors. So when I was in 7th standard, he used to say, why don't you clarify the doubts of the 6th standard? Then I was in 9th, same thing, like that. When I moved up, every time he used to say, today my son will take the doubts clarification. Even when I joined +2, I was not in my hometown. I go for vacation, or in engineering side, when I go home, he used to say, today my son will take lesson. So I used to really take the advantage of it, because teaching your juniors or anybody is not so easy, right? You have to understand also how to convince him, how to make him understand is not an easy task. So I have to go through, I have to first understand how to do that. So this is a great opportunity given by my father. So I started doing that. Even in my +2, I used to spend a lot of time with the weak students. Weak means weaker than me. I am maybe weaker to somebody else. So I used to sit with them, clarify the doubts. So I always enjoy teaching, and they used to get benefited, and they used to me love a lot, because I used to clarify that. So that is there all through. I enjoyed that. I joined after my BTech directly into the job. You may ask me, why did you go for that? You should have gone for MTech and so on. I went to MTech, but my family needs my help for the financial part. So I told my father, I'll come back actually. He didn't say anything, highly flexible. So I joined thermal power plant. After 3 years, in between I tried to come, he said, no, please continue some more time. We need your help. So then I said, okay. Towards end, after 3 years, he said, now MTech IISc applications have come, please apply. So I got IISc in 86 and joined there. And then I joined temporarily in BEML, then went to IIT Madras for my PhD, and then I joined Kharagpur So I had 4 years of teaching industrial experience, but my goal was always for teaching, how to come back, how to come back. So that was my career plot all through. I had the ambition of teaching, so I never let the other things go. But my experience at thermal plant or BML, still I'll use in my class to say something, a pump or a machine. I know physically I've seen, it made me to very comfortable when teaching them. So that industrial experience also, I never feel that I lost 4 years of my teaching. So this is how it started. And now, I then joined IIT Madras, Kharagpur first, then IIT Madras, and then in between, in 2016, I got a chance of becoming the head of the section, then head of the workshop, then became HOD. So in between, my friends used to say, you are doing well, why don't you apply for a director post? I said, no, I don't want. Also, I have to see whether I am good or not. So this is one thing I am going to explain. There is information, knowledge, then wisdom. Okay. I know what to do and etc. But do you have the wisdom to do it an administrator? So I waited for some time and then see, okay, workshop I am doing well, then I have a headship, then I applied. So what happens is there should be good friends always. Please make friendships always, so that they will always guide you. Okay. They will identify your capabilities. You may be okay, but you may be interested in particular thing, but you are not the right person. I have seen IAS officers struggling because there is they want to become big man, like writing civil services, becoming collector, and then, but they are people who failed because there is not their actual ambition or their main goal. That's what is to be very carefully checked with. Either you can assess on yourself, but then you may not be wise enough to do it. So you should have mentors, you should have some counselors like what we are going to do today and tomorrow. So they will identify your best and then push you into the direction. So once I felt I am confident, my friends also telling, then I applied for the post of the director of this IIT PALGHAT. So this is how I feel my example is to show you that keep your passion always and try to have friends, try to see the mentors who can put you into the right path. Now today, that's what I said, today is really, really challenging. Okay, you have a lot of facilities. Okay, you look at the smartphone we never had, and now what facilities you have, you can use it, you may misuse it also very carefully. So this is how you are going to utilize it, depends on your ambition, your goals, and so on. It's really challenging, so much competition around, and certainly you feel really very, very shocking and sometimes puzzling and confusion and so on. But you be always positive that these are my opportunities as well. Today you have opportunity to go anywhere. It was not so easy earlier. Today I can read whatever I like, but I can go to my job, whatever. There are several paths to enter into that zone. The opportunity is also very, very high. Take that positive part of it. Don't think it is so much competition. No problem. You are still good at some point. So that is what you should always try to pursue, a career which is really passionate. This is very, very, very important. Don't misguided by anybody. Just think about it. If you cannot, right person guided by mentors, parents, teachers, counselors, whatnot. You have chance to go and actually. Now, one good thing is nowadays you have a lot of information available. You have a lot of sources to see what are the paths, etc. But then you are still young. So we need to really look at the counselors and etc. This is a famous Einstein's proverb, like usually used for the job selections or some sort of competitions, exams and so on. There you see simply, you can't compare fish versus this monkey. So each has their talents and so on. So because you want to use that for climbing the tree, obviously fish cannot. So it is a stupid to compare that, etc. This is normally discussed in different scenario, but today I want to use this for counseling also. It is the job of the counselor, it is the job of the mentor or the teacher or father or parents to identify what is the strength of my candidate. Look at what is the passion he has, and that you have to push in rather than going in as per the top level, whatever guided by the society. Now, there are some scientific methods. So this plot I discussed in a course which I used to teach when I was in IIT Madras, the course called product design. So how to design a product. So when you design a product, several ways to do that. The process starts from need analysis. Why do you need to have this product? What is the existing product? How do you improve that? What is the market scenario? Several things are there. I'm not going to use that now. So in one of those topics is this PALGHAT decision matrix method, including the weighted parts of it. This is to use, it can be used anywhere. I use for the concept developments, etc. But you can use it for buying a car. Should I go for Maruti car? Should I go for Mahindra, Tata, whatever? There are so many cars in the market. Which car I should select? Any selection, you'll have a dilemma. Saris, for example, everywhere. How do we select a particular thing? What is the criteria used? You can use in any situations. I have used for product design. Even for career selections, you can use. This is a very scientific method. Of course, it's not so easy because of this criteria. So what is your criteria? So if I want to say, I want to join engineering college, which branch is good to? Which IIT is good? See, when I was in IIT Kharagpur and IIT Madras, of late they have stopped these counseling things. Earlier they used to say counseling sections. Each department used to have a stall and all the first years used to come to the stalls. I'm talking about almost 10, 15 years back. They used to come. So I used to be in the mechanical engineering department counter. So they used to come. A fellow from Bombay or someplace used to say, sir, can you please guide me? Is it mechanical in IIT Madras is better or electronics in IIT Kharagpur is better? Such questions are very tough to answer. Obviously, I can't say, no, mechanical is good, please come and join. Because I am in mechanical, obviously I should not, because counseling has to be really with some logics and etc. So I used, then once I started teaching sometimes, even IIT Madras registrar's car we had to purchase. That section called me because I was the head of the workshop. Workshop, vehicles, everything also we used to handle. They called me as a member. Then I said, we have to buy, these are the options, which car should be purchased. I said, don't go blindly. Now I am teaching this, let us use this. Now they are using this method. What is the criteria is what is important. So when purchasing a car, how do you go about purchasing a car? You want social status, somebody, oh, is using Benz car or using BWD, whatever. So you have several top classes. I'm very poor in the vehicle, so I may be doing some small thing. So I don't know many cars. I'm very poor, I said. I purchased finally Maruti 800 in 2003. So that life is gone now. So what I'm trying to say is you have a choice. What is the choice? I will say it should reasonably cost, okay? And then I should say, should have a beautiful maintenance has to be there. It should look nice, the aesthetics aspects. It should accommodate good number of, because family, I want at least 4 people to be accommodated. And mileage, okay, I should get good mileage. So you will look at the technical aspects of it. You write criterion 1, criterion 1, 2, so on. Weightage, there comes the problem. For selecting the criterion itself very tough. And weightage. Some people feel, no, it should very good. I don't care about mileage. I am a top man. Some people say, I am a poor man. I cannot spare this much money. I want a regular maintenance. So their weightages changes from out of 100, 20, 30, some people 10. So each criterion has a different weightages. Same thing I used to say when you take about a job, a department, a college, and so on. Okay. What is your preference? So I want the placement has to be very good, whatever branch I take. Come on, your placement is your one priority, which you use 50% weightage. How do we decide 50%? A student cannot, though it is a scientific method, but then he has to ask someone, or he should identify or somebody should tell, don't worry, placements and etc. you will get, I will back up, you pursue your career. So the weightages can change, depends on person to person, it cannot be unique. Then comes the weightage, as I said, and then you have different options. IIT Madras, mechanical and so on. Some people are homesick. So what I will say, no, it's okay, I am happy with IIT Kharagpur because I am very close to a place, I am from West Bengal. So you will prefer that. He doesn't want to come all the way to IIT Madras for electrical department because he is happy with chemical engineering in IIT Kharagpur because he feels okay. Finally, all of them will go to software. So that is a joke nowadays. It doesn't matter, sir. Okay, fine. So this is how they can be done. In career planning also, this is one way of doing. Maybe my following speakers may tell something about this. I'm not sure. But anyway, I'm going beyond my time. So this is way we can always do that. The problem is this criteria and the weightages. Where it is a wrong way of putting it, your end result will be going to be different, right? Now, after this counseling, etc., what do you expect, etc.? Okay. It will make you the focusing, make you highly skilled. Your personality will increase that. I want to do this, what should I do? You will start focusing, aligning yourself into that. So this is a great, enormous. So I suggest all those students who have come today, please tell your friends to come and attend. Nothing to lose. Okay, Saturday, Sunday, or Sunday, tomorrow also holiday. So attending this type of talks or meeting people, this counseling, nothing to lose. This is the problem here. We are giving you free registration, allowing it, the attendance is so poor. I'm sorry. Please convey to your friends, all those parents, all the students, please tell your friends to come and listen. You don't lose anything. Even getting 1% knowledge, 1% information useful, it's more than sufficient, I can say. So, but one thing I always say that we must not forget that each and every career choice, everything is an opportunity. Don't think that this is good, that is bad. Everybody is important. All careers are equally important. Everything is important for the. If the country produces all engineers only and doctors only, what will happen? Who will do the remaining things? Where is the food for us? Agriculture, nobody is going there. As a technical person, I can help them. Now that is why latest smart agriculture, people are developing some facilities to the rising. That way you can help. So you always should focus towards that, and whatever branch you have selected, whatever field you have chosen are important. What is important, and you have to do well in that. That is very important. You have taken a topmost IIT, topmost branch, but you are ending up with a CGPA of 7, 6 out of 10. What is the use of that? People look at you in negative way. Oh, brilliant, but what happened? Where is he? It in fact gives you negative, right? So be careful into that. Take whatever you have taken, you have to put your full commitment and do your best. Okay. And I took whole day to prepare yesterday on this. Initially I thought I will come and gossip something. Then I realized, no, let me put my effort here. At least some people will get benefited, and this is going to be good. So whole day I was just, initially I told the organizers, I will just come and speak, sir. I don't want to prepare PPTs. Then I realized, no, it's a good way. Let me put my effort. So at this age, I can put efforts. All the kids, it's time you have to put your efforts. Whatever you want, I mean, you have to have the full determination or pursue it to that. Everything can be solved. Everything can be achieved in this world. And I said always, everybody's job is very important. For example, I'm a director, but I also have to take help from several people, including my attender or the cleaner, housekeeping. I can't stay in my room without their help. Or I can't work without my staff. Okay, Do you think there are lower or nothing? Everybody, maybe the salaries, all those things, structures are different, depends on the amount of money, amount of time and several aspects. But importance wise, all are important. Just think coolly, this is what we have to always, whatever career you have chosen, whatever you have read, you have to apply. Everybody is important. That's how you have to feel. Now, this is what I said, the adjustability, adaptability, but never compromise for your goal. My goal was always to come back and teaching. It is IIT or NIT or a college or school, I don't mind. Based on my profession, I was trying to go. If I don't get a big job, IIT or some other, I have a backup. I can always go and join some engineer, some factory. In fact, I worked. So you can always have some backups like that. But you can keep your goals. Even in engineering institutions, even in factories, etc., there is a training cell. You can always go and join there, and you can put your efforts into a human resources development section. There are possibilities. So you have to figure it out, actually. Career adaptability, adjustability, these are very, very important things. I will tell you a very simple example here. When I was working in IIT Kharagpur, I think in the late 90s, one BTech from some college in IIT in Bhubaneswar or somewhere from Orissa, he joined as a junior technician. No, nowadays even IIT Madras, I have seen when I was in workshop, with BTechs, MTechs also, not many jobs. What they do, sir, IIT, anyway IIT, so they come and join as a junior technician, the lowest cadre possible in the technical field side, right? So this guy, I don't want to name him, but you can identify later. He joined as a technician, junior technician, then he is a BTech, is a very good candidate, so he started working as a junior technician, doing the lab, helping our vibration lab, which I used to take. Then he was fascinated in vibration, so he said he wants to do MTech. There is a provision in IIT system, even in IIT or many places, you can join the courses as a staff. We always give some seats for the staff. So he joined MTech as a staff. Okay, with all the regular exams passed through. He's a good student, so he passed the exams, whatever, entrance, whatever required. Joined MTech, he completed. Then later he did PhD there itself. When he was doing PhD, I moved to IIT Madras. So what happened is this guy after his PhD and he went to IIT Patna. Right now he is a professor at IIT Patna. He likes teaching. Look at the way he get adjusted to himself as a junior technician, and then he got adopted into the mode of teaching come this thing. But never he left his goal. He finally went and joined and he became a prof. He is there in IIT Patna. Okay, you can search. This is the beautiful example. One can always do that. It's not possible, family constraints at times. I wanted to go for MTech. In fact, I joined MTech in IISc in 1983 itself, after my BTech. Then I had to go for a job, so I left MTech and joined NTPC, came back, and so I kept my mind. At times, priority. Every time, priority is very important. Every day, priority is important. Every day, everybody has to do the prioritization. Family is more priority for me. I have spent there and came back. So people have to have that flexibility, adjustments, but keep their goals always intact. That is what is very important. Today's scenario, I'm sorry to see that many students, they get energies out completely. Sorry to say that. They start from 5th standard. So being an IIT system for the last 93 to 23, 30 years, I'm in an IIT system. If you include my MTech, PhD, another 10 years. So I'm there almost 40 years. So people, whenever I go for a marriage party or somewhere, many relatives, friends, they come, sir, you have to help for my son to get into IIT. Okay, what is he doing? Sir, he is in 5th standard or 6th standard. Then come on, I said, what I can do for him? Okay, He has to study all first, do all the basics and then come for. There is a crazy, I'm sorry, I came as a guest. I'm not an ambassador of IIT system or IIT PALGHAT. This is coming from my heart. Any career is important. IIT or whatever, you choose. Well, those who can get IIT get. If not, that's not end of life. You have so much opportunities around. And I've seen people drained energies. They start from 7th onwards. In particular, parents, I'm sorry to say parents, please don't force them. Whatever they like, let the boy or the girl do their thing properly. Don't force. So push them, and they will read. They don't know how to eat also. Parents, mother in particular, will put spoon in his mouth. This fellow will be reading, and spoil energies. And finally, this fellow will get in big IIT, good branch. Actually, he is not interested. He is interested in literature. I tell my example, my friends, very good at English, fantastic. Father said, I'm talking about my +2 level. His father told, no, you should go for engineering. So don't take any other, you take only MPC, maths, physics, chemistry. I think many of you see MPC in Andhra, same thing here also. So he never liked. In the class, every day used to say, what is this, my father. I'm talking about in 77, okay, when during my +2. And then reluctantly he did MTech in +2. Reluctantly he joined, I'm using the word reluctantly again and again. And finally he passed out from Kakinada JNTU of BTech in electrical, I think so. I also lost track. Wherever he went for job or etc., people used to look at him because he's a state topper at the time. When I wrote my 10th standard, he was the state topper. So then you see the declining in the marks. See, graph can be studied, graph can go up, good. The moment graph start falling down, it's a dangerous. Please remember, somebody starts with high level and then they start slowly damping out. Very difficult for them to get a good job, good position or anywhere. Please make sure that. So this guy was really under tremendous pressure because his passion is different, unfortunately. Okay, I saw many parents force the fellow to go for a medicine and say, this fellow is interested in this thing. He joins the medicine, he clears because he's a very good fellow. So he clears, joins MBBS, joins as a good doctor, treats the patients, but patients will be treated by him as robots. He will not treat as a human being. Huge difference. A doctor treating and really interested in the profession is different from the parent. Just like that I have to pass. This is another profession for me. Makes a huge difference. I request all the parents, please do not force. At the same time, students also cannot take decision on their own, obviously. Although they have a lot of information, it is really sometimes confusing to see that. You have WhatsApps, you have Google, internet, whatever. You search, you will get a lot of things. But it's not a right age to understand what is that. I will tell you one plot later on. Data, information, knowledge, wisdom. This is very difficult. All others can be achieved. So there is a need for parents, teachers, mentors, all this to help put them into the proper route. Okay, so where I am. So it is always, I'm coming to that point of, it's not just what you call as only the studies and career, etc. Life is much more than, you have to feel it. That is not there, unfortunately. As I just mentioned, people join and then all the energy is down, and now he has peaked already at +2 level and got the JEE, for example, I told IIT system. Now it's time for him to decline. So this energy levels falls down and he will not able to cope up with friends. He's not able to cope up with the curricula there and then falls down. That is very, very dangerous. So peak it at the proper way, go with coolly, rise into the pond. And there's a lot of life ahead, please remember. If you don't get JEE, you don't get or some course or something, nothing. People can live up to 85 years nowadays. The facilities, the meditation, everything is possible here. One can live easily up to 85 years. I mean, just giving one example. So, you're a long way to go. How does it matter? 1 year, 2 years, I'm not good, I will make up that. Actually, you have to think little bit more. All these, and today I don't find them to be immature. They know everything. They can understand very well. And always be positive. This is one example I would like to give. All of you know Edison, the man who gave us the light. Although his material is not used finally, but he's the man who started testing hundreds of filaments, all of you, not hundreds, thousands in fact, okay. So finally tungsten, he found it's suitable, but he didn't use that. Okay, later on somebody else used it. The question here, it seems when he failed thousands of materials, somebody asked, finally he got this material is good and so on. Somebody asked him, it seems, you failed so many, etc. He said, no, I'm successful. I have found this many thousands of materials are not suitable for this purpose of bulb. See the way he looked at. That is what you have to always positive. I borrowed this one from Dr. Joy. I was really happy to have him. Dr. Joy, our Chief Secretary of Kerala government, we invited him recently, just 15 days back. He was here in IIT PALGHAT. He was telling our students some of the things. Okay, at this age also, I'm just listening to him. There is no age limit for learning. Jara maranamum lek vidya dhanamulu gadim pavalan. And that is what in Telugu. Jara marana until all of you know that old and death. Jara maranam. Vidya dhanam. Education and dhanam means you have to earn something. There is no age bar. You can keep learning at this. They put a bar for the age, maybe when they are very old they can't learn, but still can earn some money. So there is no end. So I was thinking, sitting in his speech, I found several things I can get from him. So that is where you should be positive always. This is what I just told. This is a wonderful pyramid. As I said, today you get a lot of data, right? Open the internet, you'll get a lot of data. Go to a company, they will generate data. Go to hospital, you have fantastic data of patients, vagara, vagara. Data is very raw. That is very basic, okay? It's useless unless you analyze it into an information. That is, you have to know what is that, classifying it, etc. Okay, this is also possible to do without anybody's help. Now there is knowledge that comes how to use this information. Okay, well, it takes time. You have to understand what is happening, then knowledge comes. The last one, which is very important, is wisdom. It is when to use, why to use, and etc. This part obviously lacks in the children in the 12th standard, etc. They cannot have, it's very difficult for them. That is where our presence of the mentors, teachers, or counseling, whatever we are doing these 2 days, is very important. Get into the right path of it. A simple example of knowledge and wisdom. A tomato is known as a fruit, okay? But wisdom is, we can't use it in the fruit salad. That's very important. Knowledge is somewhat easy. Obviously, wisdom, it cannot come on one day. It requires a lot of patience, lot of working, hard work. You have to sweat for it a lot. So that is what is very important. I know you can't get wisdom just in 12th standard and so on. So you need, that's what I said, mentors. Please note, failures do occur to get failed. Nobody can become a wise man without getting into troubles, come out of this, how to face. In fact, you have to face sometimes, okay? Then only you will realize what is the importance. So keep trying, fail, no problem. This is another very important point I always tell. Going abroad. This is very common these days. By the way, my son is in Wisconsin, Madison, US. Okay, so going to abroad is very common these days. okay, ranging from a very small village level parent to a big person with affordable person. I can say that. But going abroad is nothing wrong. Go there. I understand. Go there, learn. Obviously, whatever you can do, the infrastructure, the facilities, they have some labs are really fantastic. Go there. But make sure you are going just like that, not correct. Just like IITs, NITs and good colleges, there are a lot of very average, below average colleges. Same thing to do with US. US is no exception. All the colleges in US institutions are very good? No. Very few will know. Those who are in that field, we will come to know. This is not good, this is good, etc. Many may not know. Unless you talk to someone, how do you know? A parent, even a highly educated but is not in the field, will think some university in the US is very good. He might not have discussed with anyone. So what will, please careful. If is a need, you would say, don't send because my neighbor's son has gone, I have to send. I'm just telling, exaggerating it. It is also true. Many times it's a prestige, etc. If there is a need, you can go there and come back. But you can even earn there because the dollar versus rupees, stay there for 3-4 years, coming back. This is the tricky period. Once they are there 3-4 years, they don't feel like coming back. Parents are always sacrificing. Oh, don't baba, no problem. You get married there also, stay there 4 years, 5 years, 10 years, no problem. We are going here, no problem. If required, I'll go to old age home there, no problem. Why? What is this happening to us? Why should we do that actually? Unfortunately, they are sacrificing. Parents are there. No, you are happy, I am happy. I think these emotions, we should come out of that. Particularly, you are allowing them to there. That means our brain drain, all of them going settling. What is the country? You have spent hundreds of crores on this. Other day we were calculating for each MTech student how much money we are spending. Government is spending so much and you are asking them, go and learn, I don't mind. Come back. You should come back. The opportunity is not that bad as used to be earlier. Now we are growing up like anything. It is your perception. No, nothing is available. No, you come and do. You have a lot of opportunities here. So I request all the parents first to think about these things. Then you can always communicate to your children. Okay. Now, when it comes to career plan, that's what I said. You always say this famous quote of Kennedy. You should always think that. This is again, my father used to take, every day he used to give few sentences in the assembly. All of school assembly is there, no? Every day, I think any schools, this is very common. So he used to give one day one quotes like this. So this is all there in my mind. So this is the first thing we should do that. We have to say, it's possible, whatever field you have chosen, in the possible way you can contribute to that. It may not be a big one. It is significant. Definitely you will contribute. Each contribution is important. Don't think building structures only important. There are other areas you need. Okay. Only software engineering, everything not. Everybody goes for software. Who will build? So we are forcing now people to work together. Prepare some, make some products. In a product development, I need different branches. Nowadays, no difference in different branches. I'm talking about engineering because I come from that background. So take a product, you have to have electrical engineer, electronics, computer science, mechanical. It is aerospace fellow, application means aero fellow also. So you have all the fellows are in this. No branch difference. Everybody's contribution is important. Teamwork is very important. Please tell your students to mix with other children. Not only help them, motivate them, is also working together is very, very important. We often fail, unfortunately. Individually great. Okay. That's what. See, you're all seeing the IPL matches. The average teams are winning sometimes. You may have extraordinary names, top players in other IPL team. They may not. The teamwork is what? Why Dhoni is popular? Because he can make the work done through as a teamwork. I always tell this example. Maybe some of you, maybe my colleagues, some of them I see, may be aware of this. I always tell this when I go to a school. 5-10 minutes, I hope I'll finish off. We started late, so I will consume more. So I say always when I go to school, all of you know a plus b whole square. Yes, I hope. You don't know that, that means don't come for counseling. A square plus b square plus 2ab. So A is one person, B is another person. Okay? They work together. So A square plus B square, you will have an additional component that is 2ab. Working together, you are getting a beautiful advantage. Independently working, I just A square, I have only B square. So working together always gives you extra. But be careful. Other fellows should cooperate. If it is a minus B, what happens? A square plus B square will be there, but it's a minus 2ab, gone. Your product is gone. I have seen companies struggle because there's an internal politics. They have wonderful engineers, okay, but then it didn't succeed because of this minus B fellows will be there always. So be careful. As a team, you have to work together. Today, what we are talking about, everything we are importing. When do we develop our own? That's the government is also pushing forward. It is not at all difficult. I happened to talk to one railway top boss long back when I went to IIT Delhi guest house. So that guest house, many top, big person also do come. So I asked them, why we don't have a big top high-speed trains like in China or in Germany and others. I just came back from Germany. 250 kmph is very common in Germany, 250 to 300. Just you don't feel that also. In one country, I went from Frankfurt to Zurich in 4 hours. Possible to move one country to one country. So I was asking, sir, what is the problem? No, we don't have any problem. A lot of obstacles from several sources. So that's all. We have the technology. I was telling the soil any problem? No, no problem. Then why? Then obvious reasons I don't want to explain here. So there is always an obstacles happening here. We have to work together and cooperation from that. It's possible we have, and today we are seeing, fortunately we are coming forward and a lot of things have improved of late because we are realizing that we can do it. We are no less than anybody like China or Germany and so on. So many advancements you can see here. This is what I said. Today we have agriculture, no more a conventional way, drone technology, etc., smart agriculture. You come to IIT, we have smart agriculture fields. There is one division working on that. Today we should help our farmers. We are helping ourselves, please remember, otherwise we will not get food. You may be sitting in AC room, you may have a big car and so on, but food, finally you will be paying from your nose otherwise. So you have to see space. Well, ISRO is, I'm sure in no time you will be treating ISRO as big as the NASA. I'm sure you will see one day what I said here, you will realize it later that I have already told that NASA we are going to compete with them. So already ISRO are doing wonderful jobs. So this is good opportunities for us. Medical field and COVID recently, co-vaccine is our indigenous project. Okay, so this is developed in our India. Okay. Then of late, just recently inaugurated this type of things which are really proving that we can do everything. Like recently metros or these trains, whatever you can. Fields of Olympics, etc., a lot of gold medals, etc. Once again, as I said, I have one friend, Andhra wicket keeper is my classmate. Andhra represented Andhra state. He is my BTech classmate. So he used to play cricket matches in between bunking come classes, taking special permissions, and he used to come to me for a discussion, whatever. He got, he's also distinction. He had almost 7.75% around that percentage. When I was the topper with 82%. So he is good, but he is the representing Andhra at that time. He used to come to me, I missed these classes, can you share the notes? I used to discuss the next. So your passion still continue as a sports person. In fact, IITs, we are proposing to have some sports quota. It's an unofficial news. Still IIS, we have proposed in the IITs council, long way to go. Plus don't tell anywhere else. I'm not supposed to tell. Sports is equally important. Well, you are good. You go and represent country. Okay. And we called PV Sindhu as a chief guest in IIT Madras last year. She came as chief guest. So what does the difference? I mean, anything is possible. Every chosen field, you have to be at the top. That's what. Respect your profession, do well. And this railways, I said no less than any country in Germany or anywhere constructing such a railways. It's expected this year end to be inaugurated. Okay, fantastic. In the Kashmir, covering 2 mountains. It's not so easy job. Okay. Then that I already told that parents have to be very, very flexible, and you are always lot of chances. Today, you have artificial intelligence, machine learning everywhere, whatever courses you are doing. I think all of you are aware of that. Plus, please remember that artificial intelligence doesn't mean that your own intelligence can be taken off. To develop this, you need your own intelligence. Artificial intelligence only for the computer part. Okay? Please develop your own intelligence to come into this part, etc. Highly interdisciplinary. I given BDS. My daughter is BDS. She's a dentist. She's doing MDS in surgery, oral, maxillofacial oral surgery. She wants to do MBBS. And in Tamil Nadu, we don't have engineering medical entrance. So NEET came later on. So she has to, based on her central school marks, which are normally lower than the state board marks. So she couldn't get in the government college. When I went to private colleges, obviously they have a lot of donations to be paid, almost around 50, 60 lakhs I think. Yeah, now I'm thinking of crores. So maybe I said no way, because if you do MBBS, it's not enough. You have to do MD. I have to spend another crore and so on. So I talked to my brother, he's also a doctor, and said, no, not worth it. Meanwhile, she wrote one entrance for BDS, and that is only fees only I had to pay. So she got into that. We told, don't worry, there is absolutely flexibility these days, lot of way to change it. So after BDS, she joined surgery. Her ambition of doing MBBS and then going into MS, that level, she is now doing, because she is in surgery, often she is meeting the orthopedics. When there is an emergency case, she is doing now in MS Ramaya. Thanks to the NEET, she could pass that NEET score, and she got in MS Ramaya, Bangalore. Now I'm giving this example to show, today she is doing a lot of surgery things, where whenever there is an accident, dental things will come into picture. So she will be moving with the MS orthopedic person, and also she is learning. Her goal is still there. I told you, keep moving into that field. And facial max, I mean, it's almost like a general surgeon. So what else you want? I told you, have to have a patience, go into that. Initially she was reluctant, no, I don't want, what is this, dental is very, very poor, small. So you have to have patience, right? So that flexibility is there in the system. You have to really utilize it properly. Well, always keep changing, that's what. Sometimes you may take jobs, get ready. A rolling stone gathers no mass. At the same time, you can't frequently move. So you have to, how much I can change, etc., keeping my objectives path correctly. This is what you have to keep review yourself. Okay, with this I conclude. Life is exciting always. Please remember, full of possibilities. This is very, very important. Of late, people are so much goes into depression for no reasons, and for no reasons, I told you. They work a lot in their plus 10th, 11th, 12th, gone. After that, actual professional course starts, you don't have the energy to that. So, please be careful when you are preparing for that. Make sure, take care about your health and several things, very, very important. And don't, I can say, go into depression mode. For what? You play, enjoy life. I told, nothing will happen if you don't go get your goal, wait for some time. And of course, these things all depends on the parents' economics and economy, and several things are there. So you can't generalize. Have to have your own. Don't compare with other. Somebody joined IIT, I also should join. All those things are not correct. Unless you realize this, it's difficult. Now finally, as I said, you have to do hard work. There is no other shortcut. The only mantra I can say is the hard work and determination. I sat all through to prepare the slides, good or bad. I decided that I will make my best to go, and that, okay, whatever best I can put them, only even 5 people listen, I don't mind. Whatever I felt is the one I wanted to put, good or bad, as per my knowledge and wisdom, I have put it here. This is because I have put whole day hard work, determination. This is what you need to say. I may be boasting myself too much, but that is what is needed. So I think good luck to all of you. Thank you all for giving this opportunity.
Thank you, sir, for sharing your experience as a professional, enlightening us with the techniques in the art and science of decision making, and also
what are the opportunities in IIT PALGHAT in general, in particular, but in general, you want to know more about IIT systems, they can also help. We don't mind as long as you're in India. I say that some of the colleagues in other IITs are our own. When I was in IIT Madras, you say, oh, the topper, second rank, third ranker fellow has joined Bombay. I said, forget which IIT he joins, come on, he's in India, be happy. So this is, I think, I encourage that. Whatever path you chosen, whatever place, I don't mind. Although I am telling against this IIT PALGHAT thing, I'm again saying that it's not an ambassador for that. But any doubts, you can visit our counter there. Many of my colleagues are here. I'm very happy to see them on a Sunday morning. They came forward already. I told them possible come. I'm very happy and thanks to them to come here all the way. And you feel free to discuss anything to do with IIT systems in general. Okay, sir, anyway, any points to be asked? Yeah.
Any questions?
Whatever I can do it. Okay. I have very poor knowledge in other areas, so whatever I can do that. My experiences in that direction I can tell.
സെഷനെ കുറിച്ച് എന്തെങ്കിലും സംശയം നിങ്ങൾക്ക് അല്ലെങ്കിൽ പർട്ടിക്കുലർ സാറിൻ്റെ സബ്ജക്റ്റിലുള്ള സംശയങ്ങൾ ചോദിക്കാവുന്നതാണ്.
Oh, okay.
It's an open forum, sir.
Pardon?
So that they can share their doubts.
Yeah, please. Too much of advice is always, they will not like these children, I know. Okay, my son, I told, take mechanical. First I told, because I am a mechanical engineer, so after his VIT, he did BTech there. Then he said, no, I will check first. I'm happy. I had a very good son. I have one good son. So he said, okay, let me see the internet, all the colleges in electrical engineering, mechanical. He wants electrical. Started comparing all those things. Nowadays they are very, very sharp. I think many of these kids. So they go and check. And finally he said, I want hardcore. I want to work in electrical. I prefer. I said, fine, you take it. No problem. I am happy. Yeah, please.
Sir, if we are trying for something that we've been dreaming for a long, and if we had so much attempts and we still didn't make it there, should we change our option in career or settle for something else? Because time is also important in choosing that, right? So what should we do? Should we try again for that, or should we settle for something less?
Exactly. So this depends on your goal very strong. Sometimes you're not sure. Okay, I would like to go here and here. Very clear, I am lucky, as I said, I have very clear thing in my mind. It may not be always true. I will have some doubts. Okay, I can choose this or this. So keep these both options together for some time. This is a concept even in industry. So concept 1 is good, concept 2 is equally good. So what you do, you will not throw away the concept 2 because the concept 1 is little better than concept 2. No. What they do, they take together for some distance. They start evaluating further, prototyping, test it. then they will realize, okay, concept 1 or 2 is much better. Now after testing, and they drop this fellow and go ahead. It is worth doing, because if you decide to go with one, you may land up in problem. Then going back, you have to develop several things. You have to do the exercise several things. Worth spending design. Design is a stage which is very simple in expenditure also. After that, it is more expensive for things. So there are strategies. Same thing to do with your options. Okay, I'm not sure. I like to go for, give some 2 examples. I like to go to Navy, or I would like to go for engineering side or general things. So how you have to decide many times, what is your passion? Is it 50-50, 60-40, whatever, approximately. Check with your parents, friends, how good you are. Sometimes they are the best fellows to teach. As I said, I would not have come, but for my few friends said, hey, you are doing very well as an administrator also. Why don't you apply? Then I waited for 2 years to judge myself, then decided. So there are possible to get good friends around. Parents also will observe you saying that, no, ma, you are very good in this type of work. Why don't you try? Other one also good, but then you are good at only one, maybe stronger than the other one. You like both. Now liking is not alone enough, passion, but you are also good at that one. So obviously I prefer the other one, because you are liking to great extent and you are also very good, you can handle well. That you may not know. Somebody will say that, no, you are very good, you are handling this very well. You are anyway liking it. So which one I will prefer? You are very good at that, as well as passion is there, is the best choice, which you can't arrive at so soon. Sometimes, as I said, you can wait for some time. How long you can wait? Your family can afford. Some people write, again get an IIT exam, 1 more, 2 more, 3 more times. Every time it will deteriorate usually. Except few people, it will not go to the better rank. Because this motivation, 1 year, 2 year, sustaining is not so easy, okay? So these are ways. Some parents, no, I can't afford. For example, I want to go for MTech. My family needed, so I waited. So sometimes the family demands, so you go into one path, still exploring. You wait and then decide and do that, okay? It can be, obviously, it depends on person to person. So if you are doubt, keep some more time and come to a strong conclusion. Yes, I am good as well as I am having passion. That's the best choice.
Thank you, sir.
I hope I have answered to my best possible. This advice giving is very difficult. Very easy to give any advice to anyone. Easiest thing in the world is to give an advice. But most toughest thing to give is the career path. Very difficult. Okay? Because you have to really give a proper advice. I can't say, okay, go ahead, etc. So very tough job. But I hope I have done my best. Any more? Yeah.
Sir, good morning. Myself Anoop, coming from KTN College of Pharmacy near Cherplaseri, Chalavara. Sir, it was a nice presentation. Sir, I have a small doubt. Especially now, there are a lot of startups which is coming. So, what is your take on bringing up the younger entrepreneurs? Because when being a pharmacy faculty, I could see a lot of innovations, a lot of ideas which is coming from, especially from the youngsters. So I hope that there is a mix of group. We can find directors, starting from directors or from various domains in the same population. So anything which is new, what is your take on that?
Okay, a good point. In fact, it's a big problem, not only for you or the point raised correctly. This is the most challenging now. All the IITs are facing, all the NITs or institutions are facing. 2 things here. As a faculty, as a staff, it's okay. You can start developing some startups, encourage some faculty. Students, first year, second year level, I want to involve in a startup. It's too early. It's my opinion, my personal opinion is no, first go and read. First understand A plus B whole square and solving an equation. What is a Newton's law? What is thermodynamics first law? You don't understand. What is a simple stress strain diagram? Or what is the basic things you don't know? And I am doing a startup, sir, which will have a very good stability. What is stability? Can you tell what is stability? This guy doesn't know anything about stability. Stability is not a system stability. So many mechanical stabilities are different from computer stability, or robotics control stabilities are different. Each has its own. I mean, what field you are working there? Startup you develop, you encourage, I understand. But then, without knowing anything, just enter there and say that they want to write in their biodata that I have been working here in this startup. What the, no shortcuts for life, I'll tell you. It looks up here, very good, very good. After that, you cannot. Our life is up to 85 years. I said today, possible to live if you have normal, healthy food, proper exercise and etc. Easily. Okay, God may take away somebody's life at 45. That is different issues, case by case. Usually, you can live. You have a chance to live in this world up to 85. Use the word. Life is long way to go. Don't be in a hurry and do startup and go and I'll got it. No, absolutely. Let the foundation be very strong. I'll tell you, this is what my father used to take. Come on, understand the basics first. Don't bother about the other things. If you don't understand, then startup has no meaning. It will start, but it will stop afterwards, I'll tell you. Startup sense. Okay, so my advice is that we are a faculty, you can start, but take these final year students or somebody who is matured, involve them into startups, that's good. There are, even after BTech, there are people who may not get jobs immediately, they are brilliant, involve them for innovations, etc. Innovation way of thinking is needed right from the second year onwards. That's why most of the things, I have an innovative in charge here, Arvind is here. So Arvind can explain when you go to his counters. No, you can go to the IIT counter not for IIT alone. Generally, they can also guide. I told my faculty, you try to give the plus points of IIT PALGHAT, but then you also go as a general. Somebody asks something, don't say that, no, only IIT and that to PALGHAT is better. No, we are coming for helping people. So I told Arvind is the right person to have. Every institute has one innovation cell nowadays. They're forcing reasonably good colleges. So there you can encourage the students, even second year students, whatever they learn, try to help them to do the hands-on. That is good. Slowly see that fellow is matured enough, put them into this thing. I think, I don't know whether I answered to you to some extent, so that is the thing. But my personal view is, let nothing else should happen. That's what I always say. I did it. I tell my students also, first read. Even PhD students, etc. No, nothing else. Just focus. What is the coursework? Do nothing else. Then research, do that part. Slowly expand, etc. BTech students or engineering students or MBBS, first 2 years you should understand what is there. Unless basics are done in any field, any law, MBBS, wherever you go, basically they should understand the anatomy. Without anatomy, startup or something, they can't do any surgery. Obviously, several basic courses of anatomy, physiology, pharmacology, and that, or mechanical engineering or any engineering basic courses of mechanics, thermodynamics. Basically, you should understand something. Okay, then only you can think of. When your concepts are very good, they can go anywhere. Okay, it is such a flexible system nowadays. People from one branch to another branch, possible. I mean, a lot of opportunities ahead, provided you are strong in the concepts. I am telling you once again, later on they will always find it difficult to cope up. Sustaining is important, right? Today you reach now #1 ranking, okay, then to keep yourself at that rank is not so easy, right? If you really has that, fine, you can maintain. Somehow you manage to attain a position, then they will suffer. My advice is to go with basics to be read first. Strength your foundation. Like a building foundation, first to focus your bundle. Afterwards, putting your false ceiling is required or not, come on, first foundation has to be strong. False ceiling will come later on. Okay. I hope can done it. Any more? Maybe last.
Good morning, sir. Thank you so much for this wonderful session. I am asking a small doubt. Actually, there is not doubt. I want to hear your perspective on to hear from on behalf of students. those who have completed 10th standard. 10th standard. I am representing KBS Academy. I am the founder
Very
of
good, very
KBS Academy Entrance Coaching Center. Actually, not only our district, Kerala students, in their mind, cracking JEE advanced exam is a rocket science to them. Already there is a prejudice mind that a man or a woman or a girl or a boy with an extra brain can only crack JEE advanced. Even though they are capable, they will feel inferior when compared to the students of other states or other districts. I am knowing the pulse. That's why I am asking you, sir. Don't misunderstand me. So, even though we could produce state toppers, district toppers, full A1 students, 600 out of 600, 1200 out of 1200 in board exams, even though this Lions School can contribute all India topper once, maybe 2 years ago. But even those students could not clear JEE Advanced. So what is the myth in that? And as per your perspective, what is your advice to PALGHAT students to crack? Already you are having this and this, so please focus on these key points. You can crack. You can fill PALGHAT IITs with those students with PALGHAT Aadhaar address. You can you can fill our IIT PALGHAT campus with PALGHAT natives itself. So what is your Upadesham, that advice to our students?
The most toughest thing I will tell you because of this JEE, I have been telling JEE, I don't know whether you were there right from the beginning. Okay, don't think first of all cracking JEE is the topmost thing and that fellow deserves some Padma Bhushan and so on. Don't think that. The fellow who gets JEE Advanced is the intelligent topmost like Einstein or something like that. I think I told in the very beginning, this is one path, one way. I repeat that JEE Advanced cracking is one way. Some people are able to crack, some people are not. There are so many reasons for that. I think it's a big topic across all the IITs we have been discussing. It may be wrong to tell something about the coaching centers unless I discuss all those things. It's difficult to answer. It's not fair on my part whether coaching is good or bad. This is not the forum. Tomorrow the IIT director has said like this, somebody may say. I'm not going to say that. Certainly, my feel is that unfortunately in a country like ours where so many thousands, lakhs of students are writing, it is becoming more of elimination. I'll use the word elimination process, not selection. So you have 100 seats. There are 2,000 people have written to that exam. Not JEE, I'm talking about something else. Okay, any exam. So how do you go? All are very good. How do you? So you conduct one exam called JEE Advanced, Super Advanced, whatever it is. Finally, you have limited seats. All are toppers, very good from their respective schools, as you said, colleges. What to do? So you will write the exam, then we start eliminating last fellow, second fellow, third. From the bottom, I'm telling, just remove. This what clarify. Do you think those who missed are bad? They are not qualified that exam only. Do you call them just because they are not cleared? No. Certainly you will not see much difference between lower rankers. Maybe top rankers, or maybe they have advantage of their situations, parents and other advantages, coaching, maybe they have an environment which has given him to that. And a lot of, basically that fellow has a big brain, several things, first 100, 200, maybe 300. After that slowly, you don't see much difference. Okay, maybe the type of question was asked, he could not answer that particular day. Several issues are there. The lower and lower ranks, 1 or 2 marks difference only, but you will be completely out of the JEE system. So where are we? How do you compare? So very tough. Okay, how to crack, etc. I am not the right person to answer to that. This is what I am precisely saying. You have to try, well, exam pattern changes or the material changes, etc. Accordingly, you keep changing. Now, there is no other way. But I don't answer for that. Very difficult to say why they are not failing, because they are not tuned to this. Okay, the type of questions asked, maybe they are not answered. Not that they are bad and etc. Sometimes what may happen is they may be reading only the portion of the books, for that they might have written the exam, so get very high marks, topper in the school, maybe topper in the district and so on. But in JEE usually, or any competitive exams like NEET, they test little bit more. Questions will be twisted, or they may use questions which are requires little bit of common sense and applying the basic way of understanding the subject, which these fellows may not have. Otherwise they are good. Probably they were not trained in that fashion to read through that. Okay, somebody has to say, that is the so-called coaching or some mentors or whatever it is. There are ways. But I will repeat that just crossing the JEE, they are very good, and somebody not cross JEE or bad is, I think, is not correct way of testing it. Okay, there is a correlation most of the places, toppers of the different states versus JEE, it's more or less a linear fit. That shows usually they are good in the schools, they are also good in JEE, mostly. I cannot say, so you may be seeing somebody who is away from this graph, okay, possible. Okay. I think we can conclude from here. Thank you once again. Bye.
As a token of love and respect, on behalf of Lions Club of PALGHAT, I request Khadija Rahmatullah, President, Lions Club of PALGHAT, to hand over the memento to the Chief Guest, Professor A. Sheshadri Shekhar. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Gratitude is a powerful catalyst for happiness. It is a part that lights a fire of joy in your soul. I now request Lion Major Keshwadasan to propose the vote of thanks.
A warm and graceful morning to all, and to our Honorable Chief Guest, Professor A. Sheshadri Shekhar, Director IIT PALGHAT, Guest Speaker, Dr. Jayaraman, Lion Club President, Lion members, parents, students, and everyone gathered out here. It is my privilege to propose a vote of thanks and acknowledge the contribution of all those who worked really hard to make this event possible. Myself, Lion Major Keshwadasan, with an official capacity as Secretary of this club, and on behalf of Lion Club of PALGHAT, an entire fraternity of the people in Lionism, extend my sincere thanks to Almighty for making today's event a grand success. This is only a trailer, not many such sessions to follow. On behalf of my club, I extend a hearty vote of thanks to our chief guest, Professor A. Sheshadri Shekhar, Director IIT PALGHAT, who spared time from his busy schedule to grace the occasion. Today, we had an opportunity to hear his thoughts and surely encouraging the students and parents and us in general in our future endeavors. Your thoughts have enlightened us, our mind, and shown a new path. I also wish to thank Dr. Jayaraman sir for his active introductory speech. We wish to hear more from you on succeeding session. Your deep and intellectual way of imparting knowledge will add to the glory of this event. And all out here going to get benefit out of it. I will be failing in my duties if I don't mention the great personalities who are going to address this gathering subsequently. With your permission, I wish to list their name. Immediately after this inaugural session, we have M.S. Jalil sir, who is known as the best advisor for all those who have completed +2. Followed by Mr. Philip Varghese, who will guide us on the career opportunity on artificial intelligence and cyber-related sectors. After that, Dr. Jarajan sir, who will brief on emerging trends in 21st century. Only he can handle the topic, being a scientist from Baba Atomic Research Center. After a heavy dose of today, there lined up more prominent characters and our gurus, career gurus, like Professor and Dr. B.R. Venkatraman, our PALGHAT Police Chief C.A. Viswanand, IPS, Dr. Susan Epan, and Mr. Manu Rajagopal. Thus, you are going to be benefited from the above personalities with the rich experience. So, let me thank all of them in advance. A event like this cannot happen overnight. The wheels started rolling weeks ago. It requires planning and bird's eye for details. Our club have been fortunate enough to be backed up with a team of very productive and dedicated team. I am proud of my members of this club, and I wish to list few of them, like Lion Vimal Venu, Lion Madhu, Lion Sriram, Lion Udayan, Lion C.A. Anuja Jayakrishnan, Lion Advocate Unnikrishnan, who have spent the time and resources to ensure and make this event a remarkable one. We really value your services and thank you for the same. A special mention to our President, Lion Khadija Rahmatullah, for being the catalyst that stimulates us to do our best. With a deep sense of appreciation, I thank all members of the Lions Club of PALGHAT for their untiring efforts. At this point, I also wish to thank our main sponsors for the event, namely our platinum partner, KBS Academy, who are active in professional coaching and guide the youth for the right place as per their choice and caliber. Our diamond partner, Crossover, who guide the youth about the opportunity overseas. And golden partner, KTN College of Pharmacy, you all know the service to the society. Finally, I'd like to thank all respective representatives who blessed us with their presence. I am thankful to the school staff, their effort, especially the team led by Mr. Chandran. Many more members of this club are assigned with more jobs and responsibility for today and tomorrow. So let me thank them also in advance. Last but not the least, a big thank to you and all. We are going to make this event memorable. We, the Lion Club of PALGHAT, thank you, everyone out here, for being with us. This is remained a pronounced pleasure. Have a great day ahead. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. We now have come to the end of the first session. Thank you being the wonderful audience. We are continuing with the second session.